everyone, and welcome to today's live prize draw for the Dancing Dragonflies knit-along. How's everybody doing? Are you excited and rubbing your hands together with luck and anticipation to see if you're the lucky winner of our prize basket? So for a quick recap, we have been doing the Dancing Dragonfly mitten pattern as a knit-along for the month of April. So we were here every Friday at 3 p.m. live with a little bit of a check-in and tips and tutorials, as well as posting them in our event page on Facebook. And we've had a great turnout for this month for the mitten pattern. I mean, why wouldn't we, when you see how beautiful those little dragonflies are with the floral motifs and the Latvian braid. And we were following the pattern by a Canadian designer. Her name is Sarah L. Kelly. You can find the pattern on Ravelry. It's a brand new pattern, and we were the first knit-along to participate in knitting the mittens. So in a way we were all testing out the pattern as well. And the yarn that we chose, we had two versions. One was the Riverside Studio hand-dyed merino cashmere nylon fingering weight, and we were just choosing two colors that were, better not pick that one, the microphone's attached to it. Two colors that were appealing as a main color and a contrast color, so you need something light and something dark. 100 grams of each. This was the luxury fiber. I didn't get to choose it this time. I left all the pretty colors for our knit-alongers to choose. But I did get to choose from the Malabrigo, which is equally as lovely, but it does not have the cashmere content in it. It's a strictly superwash merino, also hand-dyed in tonal shades. And the colors I chose were black and Indecitas. So those two together. And now I've just weighed my leftovers from finishing my mittens. I did do the alternate cuff, which is the liner that folds inside. So of course that's going to use a little bit more of the main color than what the pattern suggested. So I have exactly 50 grams left. I weighed it on my scale, and this is 75 grams. So there is enough to do another pair of mittens if I so choose. And I was coming up with all sorts of new ideas for how to embellish them. Hi, Andrea. Thanks. I'm very happy. I blocked my mittens, and there was no stretch, no extra width when they were dry. They just blocked exactly to the size as I knit them. But I found that the stitches flatten themselves out nicely. The stranded ferrule work really smoothed out, and they just feel even softer. So yeah, so that's what we've been working on for the month of April, and of course all good things have to come to an end, and quite a few of you have posted your finished mitten projects on our event page. I'm going to make a little bit of a collage once a few more pictures come in, and I will post them on our main Facebook page and on Instagram. It's always nice to see the colors that you've chosen and the way that you choose to embellish them. If you have missed out in our knit-along, I will just show you two versions. My version, I knit strictly to the pattern. The only thing I did differently was the liner cuff. Knit one purl, one ribbing before I got into my Latvian braid. And I chose to do the afterthought thumb. You'll find the tutorial in our event page if you're wondering what that's all about. And then I chose to graft the stitches together instead of drawing them into a circle and tightening. So instead of a sharp point, I have a little bit of a flat tip. And then my final step was to put silver beads where the dragonfly eyes would be. So I'm very happy with them, and it's almost cold enough today to be wearing my mittens. And then another version that you may have seen is the lovely beaded and metallic embroidered dragonfly version. So for this version, our knitter did a knit 2 purl 2 liner cuff, and she sewed it to the inside of the mitten after so that it stays in place and gives a little bit more warmth and draft protection. And then she knit in beads in the bottom border, the cuff, and she knit in beads throughout all the wings of the dragonflies. Tiny, tiny little translucent beads that catch the colors of the yarn, and then she chose a larger bead for the top floral motif. And then she went back after, and using her contrast color, she embroidered around the wings in a stem stitch, just to lift the wings and give them even more 3D effect. And she also embroidered with the metallic silver up the center of the body and around the eye area, so it really catches the light and sparkles. So that is a very dressy version of the Dancing Dragonfly mittens. And then I came up with an idea yesterday, which I've mentioned to a few of you. I was thinking of a very soft, fine kid mohair. I do have one that's a very pale, pale sky blue and a pale, pale misty aqua. And I was thinking, what if I just embroidered around the wings with a bit of the fluff yarn? Or if I knit a second pair. See, this is what happens when you finish a project and you love it so much, you start thinking about all the ways you could add to it. So you want to knit it again and again. And I know some of you will be knitting it again. But I was thinking maybe next time I would do the liner just in the mohair, complementary color, and I would just knit the liner maybe a little bit longer in the mohair. I think that would be so luxurious for the inside of the mitten. So Andrea has a full confession. She is 3/4 done mitten number 1, and she is committed to completing both within the next few weeks. Good for you, Andrea. I like true confessions in the knitting world. Okay, so I guess we will get to our grand prize winner. See who it is. Hi, Karen. Yes, mohair lace. Glad you like that idea. You could use the mohair as an embellishment, maybe in the cuff too. There's all different ways to do it. Maybe as a liner for the thumb, that would be so warm. Okay, so we have our grand prize here and our buckets. So everybody who participated by purchasing their yarn at Muskoka Yarn Connection got 1 free ballot in the draw bucket. And then if you remember, we did an incentive question at the end of each of the videos, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we had 4 different winners who have an incentive ballot also in here. Just gives them an extra chance to win the grand prize. Okay, enough shaking. I always get nervous when I do draws, in case I can't read the name or something. Anything could go wrong. Okay, the grand prize winner is Diane Duffy. Congratulations, Diane, if you're watching. You may be watching later today, I'm not sure. So Diane, you have won this lovely basket. You have a knitting bag. Beautiful skein of luxury hand-dyed yarn. You've got some dragonflies in there. and they'll make great souvenirs or mementos of your knit along, and you have a project pattern for knitting as well. So I will get in touch with you, and we'll figure out how you can claim your prize. It's safe here in the meantime. Hi Debbie, yes, so many options. So thanks everybody for joining the knit along. It has been one of our most popular. We will have an upcoming knit along announced probably later next month. We'll give everybody a chance to finish up their knitting, maybe start a second pair, or maybe start the first pair. Once you see how beautiful they are finished in the pictures that I'm going to post, you might be inspired to start your own. Any of the tips you'll find in our event page. Also, you can access the knit along videos 1, 2, 3, and 4 in our video section, or you can go to YouTube. They're also on YouTube for anyone who does not like to watch videos on Facebook. And on YouTube, they are under Muskoka Yarn Connection Official. So now I want to mention something that is coming up on May 8th, Saturday, May 8th, which is a week tomorrow. And I was thinking, how could we do something to follow up to our knit along that's a little bit fun? Of course, it has to be virtual. So I got in touch with one of our favorite yarn dyers, Richard DeVries. He is a local Ontario dyer, and he does beautiful merinos. And we're going to put together a virtual yarn trunk show. So a week from Saturday, 11 a.m., I will post some reminders for everybody. But I thought it'd be great if you can spread it around, tell your yarny friends, mark it on your calendar. And I will be here with a full table full of his new colors. He's been dyeing up a storm, because what else is there to do when you're a yarn dyer and you are under a stay-at-home order? And I'll try to have some inspiration, project inspiration, to go with the yarns that will be part of the trunk show. Super Sandy will be stationed further back in the office. She will be on the phone, because you will be able to call in orders. That will be the best way to do it, for curbside pickup or mail order. So it's going to be a special day, something to look forward to. And yeah, I think that's all I want to tell you. Oh, thanks, Wendy. There are little dragonflies hiding in the garland. So enjoy your knitting. Have a great weekend. It's a bit gusty here in Muskoka, and I can think of things that I should be knitting at home, so I'll be on my way to do that. Thanks everybody for participating.